Welcome to Frantic TV's special documentary, The History of E-Bike Stunt Riding. In this episode, we are diving deep into the roots of one of the most exciting and controversial subculture in the world of motorsports, stunt riding. From the motorcycles to e-bikes, the adrenaline-fueled pursuit of pushing the limits on two wheels has captivated enthusiasts for decades. But before we talk about the rise of the electric stunt riding, we have to go back. Way back to the origin of stunt riding itself, a time where motorcycles ruled the streets and daredevils on two wheels changed the way we think about what's possible. Motorcycle stunt riding, or street freestyle, as it's often called, emerged as a rebellion and accelerating form of motorsports. Wheelies, stoppies, burnouts, drifting, you name it. These stunts became the staple of dangerous but thrilling sport. One of the earliest motorcycle stunts, the Glove of Death. In this act, a motorcyclist enters a steel sphere and rides in a circular motion using a centripetal force. Eventually, they can ride upside down, sideways, inside the sphere. This death-defying act became iconic in the circus and motorsport shows alike. But street stunt riding didn't end there. It evolved. In the 1980s and 90s, as motorcycles became lighter, more powerful, and easier to maneuver, new stunts like wheelies, stoppies, and drift became common. Not just on the track, but on public streets. The Star Boys, a famous group of riders in the 90s, took these stunts to highways, filming their daring move and gaining a massive underground following. As the stunt riding culture grew, so did the controversy. Public safety concerns rose, and news outlets began to question whether this type of riding belonged in the public roads. Riders became outlaws in the eyes of the authorities. Yet, this didn't stop the movement. By the end of the 90s, stunt riding had gained a massive following with organized teams and even competitions. Events started popping up all over, allowing riders to showcase their skills in a safer, more controlled environment. But for many stunners, the thrill was in the freedom, the spontaneity of popping a wheelie or performing a trick right on the highway. Fast forward to today, and we have seen a shift. Not away from the stunt riding, but towards a new type of machine, the electric bike. With the rise of e-bikes like the SurRon, a new generation of riders had emerged, taking stunt riding to the next level. These bikes are lighter, quieter, and in many ways more accessible than their gas-powered counterparts. For many stunners, e-bike presented freedom. With their silent motors, riders can now perform tricks without drawing as much attention from the authorities. But at the same time, e-bike has begun tracking their own share of controversy. As popularity of e-bikes grow, so do concerns about safety and legality. E-bike stunts are being performed in public streets, and the same issue that arose with motorcycles are now surfacing with electric bikes. So where does that leave us? Is e-bike stunt riding a positive addition to the sport, or is it another public safety concern? Personally, I think that there's a lot of potential here. E-bike stunners bring creativity, innovation, and passion for the sport. However, it is clear that we need to find a balance between safety and freedom. Some riders want a league or a competition space so they can safely perform these tricks in a controlled environment. Others argue that the essence of stunt riding is about being free, performing whenever and whatever you want. Whatever the future holds, one thing is for sure, e-bike stunt riding is here to stay. The technology will continue to improve, making these bikes faster and more powerful. And as the sport grows, it's likely we'll see a wider variety of riders pushing the limits and what's possible on two wheels. The future of e-bike stunt riding is in the hands of the riders, the community, and yes, even the authorities. It's a delicate balance, one that will shape how these sports evolve in the coming years. Whether you're a seasoned rider or a newcomer to the scene, remember that safety should always come first. To all my fellow riders, I want to hear from you. Where do you see stunt riding going into the future? Should we embrace the idea of a controlled competition, or should the spirit of freedom always become a priority? Drop your comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, if you find value in this type of videos, make sure you like and subscribe. And as always, drive safe, drive smart, and drive free. Ciao.